It's been a while. Welcome to QA Nuggets. Today we'll be starting a new series in API automation testing using ResAssured. I've had some few requests concerning this, so we'll be going over how to test API using ResAssured and BDD approach. So today we'll be setting up our environment before we go deep dive into the series. So, but the prerequisite of the environment setup is you have to have Java installed and have IDE of your choice installed, either Eclipse or IntelliJ or Spring Boot IDE. Then we create a Maven project, then we add our desired dependencies to the pom.xml file. So today we'll be going over creating, but today I will be using IDE, Eclipse IDE for my own for this tutorial. And today this is going to be our focus out setting up rest assured environment for API testing using IntelliJ. So we go about using this base URL for Buris API, this API. We just use it to test our environment setup to make sure that it's right before we go deep dive into the rest of the series for testing the API using rest assured. And so let's start. So first and foremost is we all know what API is. API is our interface used to exchange data between two entities, e.g. client server, and a client entity communicate to the server by sending a request and the server respond with appropriate data. Also can be seen as a provider and consumer relationship as well. So today our focus is just to set up our environment so that we can all be at the same pace while we are continuing with the rest of the series later. So let's go deep dive. So the first thing is to create a Maven project. I'll walk us through creating a Maven project. First, go to your Maven. I'll click on new project here. So I'll get my Maven, click on Maven. We create from the archetype. We all know what archetype. So we go look for the archetype Maven archetype, which is the quick start. Maven archetype quick start. Then we give it the name of the project. I would like to call it a REST tutorials. Tutorials. Yeah. Then this, your group ID and the actified ID is very important. Group ID can be your company name. Let's say QA like this. Your company name, where you are. That's what you can use here. So the actified ID is your project name. So we're speaking that already. So I leave this like this. Then we move to the next one. So he has already gathered all the properties and the name together, what we need to finished, and our Maven project should be created. And the advantage of using Maven is because it creates your folder structure for you. So all you need to do is just for you to begin to add your dependencies. So now we we have created a Maven project now. So the next is to add our dependencies. So let's still wait till finish. So it's finished everything now. So you can see the build success. Excellent. So now you can go into your pom.xml. This is the reason why we use Maven because it's a build automation build is a build framework. It helps to build your project folder and structures as well and build your code. So go into your pom.xml file. That's where you had all your dependencies. Dependencies are just like external plugins or jars that helps that you need in your environment, in your project. So for rest assured project, we will get that we don't need JUnit. We'll be using test engine for it. That's why I want to take it off. So I've already added some collected some what's it called? Dependencies here so that we can use it and be on the same page. Because I know something concerning the version. Most of these rest assured dependencies, The versions are experience a problem while installing something when the versions are a little bit different. So that's why I make sure the versions are the same. If you notice, they are 4.33. This rest assured all is 4.33, and rest assured JSON schema 4.33, and JSON part 4.33 before it picks up. So now these are the dependency we'll be adding into the pom.xml. The first dependencies is the rest assured dependencies. And to get these dependencies, you can easily go to these places and download them. I can say rest assured. Yeah, that's Maven, the MVN repository. So let me go to rest assured. So go to this to get all your dependency. You go to Maven repository. So we can go rest assured, rest assured. Let me see. Why is it not bringing it? So you can see. So all you need to go for the latest one. So I went for this because I could see the stars 371. So I went for this on this December 2020. So what I've done is to help get all this dependency together. So I will share this dependency with you via my GitHub so that you can download it and we can be on the same page with speed, and that will help and easy. So we have the rest assured dependencies and we have the rest assured all dependencies. We have the JSON part validator which helps to validate. We need it when we are validating our JSON part. We have the JSON part as well. We need the XML part in case your body response you want to validate the XML part, XML data. Then we need the ARM crest to help us as well in the validations and ARMCREST, Java ARMCREST as well. So, and we need the JSON, the GSON, then we need the ARMCREST whole, then we need test engine, which is going to be our testing framework. So, without, I'll just copy all this and we put it in our new project that we've just created now. So, I will just put it there for us. So, as you can see, they're all here now. uh, Dependency are all here. So as my practice, I just want to refresh so that I can download all the dependency and we'll be on the same page. So, and with this, we were done with this, if you notice. So we've covered this now. We've created the Maven project. We've added this dependency. So all we need to do is to create our first we go create our first project just to test this environment to make sure it's working. We go create our first project using this API, Breweries API, this one, just to test it. What this does is that it collates all the breweries. You can see the location and the type of stuff for the produce. So I just use it. I just found it's one of the API. So we'll test with this URL just to test our first. So what you need to do to create your the first test, just to test everything. I will take this off. I'll just take this off, delete this, so I can create my own. So I can just create my own packet here. So inside your Java, so you go inside your folder structure, test Java, then you can create your package. I'll go create a new package by going like this. So I'll create a new package. I will name it test cases. So I'll just do like this. So test package. So this is my package. Inside this package, I'll create a new Java program. I will just Java class. So I can call it my get request. Get request. Get get request. Sorry, get request. So now this is my first class just to test the uh, rest assured dependency and the test engine is working. So I will just create a simple method. Let's say public void. I will call it rest. I'll call it request get request. No, request breweries. Let me see. Breweries. Uh, like this. I'll just call it this way. First brew. So let's go. So this will be my test. I will annotate it with test ng. I think one of my class already cover testing. So here we can annotate. I've annotated. So it's now our test case. This is now our test case. I can just do like this. I can just write test. So this is now my test case. So I will just test with first thing. So because it's rest assured, I will go get the rest assured. Import the rest assured. First thing is to import the rest assured in rest assured tile, and rest assured add they have its own packages. So we'll be using the I'm testing now, so I'm not focusing too much on the request. I just want to test to make sure that this environment works. So first of all, I will be using the given part of the given notation for the BDD one. So I need to import something here, static .io.start.all to import all the packages so that I can take this out even without using this to work now. So given dot, then this how I like just want to start it, then something happen. Given then so this I will use this to test out my flow now. Given I have a get here. I just use this to get my URL, as we all know. So so all I need to do is to go to my URL here, this one. I just using this to test the environment to make sure the environment is all working fine. And this will give us let's go back again. If you look at this, it's going to give us the list of these bureaus. So it's a bureau's endpoint service. So it will give us the list just like this. So it might be as many lists as we is inside the service. So given so I have this now. So I can log this. I can log this just to see all our errors. Then I can I would like to log this as well, just to see the returns that we get from here. So what we've done here, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not emphasizing on it. We're using the BDD, Gherkin BDD format to get to write our test cases here. So I'm just using given we get all the other requirement and when and then when is our conditions, then the when is our condition, then we validate whatever thing we need to validate at the end of the day. So but this just to test that all our dependencies are working. We should expect an output. Then the log all is just to log everything that's on the header and everything that is returning back to our, to us, just to see that this works. So now it's time to test to see if our code is working. So let's run this. Ooh la la, passed. So our test passed. You can see all the errors and every other things. The body returns the query and every other thing. All the breweries that are inside the service return all the list of breweries. So with this, I will say I will end here for today. So the next series is going to be our GET request. So we'll be basing the next class on the GET request. Now there we'll be able to explain all these Gherkin languages that we use in the BDD flow. So we'll be able to go over them one by one, what we need to do. Thank you very much for staying with me. Do have a lovely time viewing this. Thank you. Stay, share, and like. Thank you.